my mind is racing because I'm thinking about all these things that I've been thinking about in parallel, and I'm wondering if you guys have thought about similar dynamics. Have you thought about the concept or the idea of lotteries in Copiosis in terms of how you can earn luxuries? Has that concept came up at all? Because if not, I'm definitely down to riff a little bit if you guys have a little bit of a...
Go for it.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking of, for example, is if you hit a gateway, right, a threshold, you get a raffle ticket for something. So let's say, for example, for a luxury producer says, I like this Copiosis idea. I'll give you guys 10 cars to give away. And it's like, great. All right. So let's say from this point on at this date, at this time, from now until X amount of time, right? If you generate X amount of NBR, you get a raffle ticket to get one of these 10 things. And then everyone's like, oh, how do I get NBR? All right, let me see. I'll do this, do that. Everybody's just doing a ton of good things for a very small amount of luxury goods that have been donated. Talk to me through, like, what are your thoughts on something like that? Because that to me seems like the easiest way with a low amount of resources in the current system to get people to do something extrinsically that motivates for good in the world.
So I'm going to ask Jarek to jump in after I say a few things, because I think he has some ideas about this. So and what I'm about to say may prompt him. So one of the reasons why we stopped the Chico project is because it had gotten so big that the participants wanted to create an environment where... So one of the challenges of the Chico project was that people were so overcome with having to earn a living that they weren't willing to carve out time to do the things that would generate MBR. And so what we had thought about was seeing if we could engage with the local businesses and have them be willing to offer their products and services as luxuries in return for a gateway match. But we needed an organization that would essentially subsidize that. So when the business incurred the cost of providing that item, this third party would provide the cost matching cash so that the luxury provider would not lose money in the proposition. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like a three-way transaction. And so, but we couldn't actualize that. But essentially what you're talking about is along those lines. It's like, I thought you were talking about in a fully blown Copiosis organization, but you're talking about sparking greater expansion of the idea. And I totally agree.
Getting it off the ground.
Yes, this is kind of what we're seeing is like, and Jarek has talked about this. It's like, how can we get to the point where we prompt companies like Apple or Verizon to offer luxury designated goods and services to participants in Copiosis so that we get some traction with regard to people wanting to participate in our demonstration projects. Yeah, I'm all down for these kind of ideas.
I mean, if we can develop an app and get people to chase Pokemon around the country, we can develop an app to do a raffle for a free car to get you to do something good.
Yeah,
right?
well, I mean, look at HQ Trivia, right? Like that alone, right? There's a chance to win $10,000 every day at a certain amount of time, right? Mm-hmm. All you have to do is participate, and so people open up their phones and they're answering questions, and they want to do that. It got huge, at least for a little bit, but like that kind of motivation to spark the idea of it's almost like the extrinsic spark to light the fire of an intrinsic engine inside of people, right? That kind of dynamic there.
And you don't even need to be outward about it. You can prove it and then be like, this is Copiosis. This is what we're trying to do.